First tonight, gay marriages in Michigan on hold indefinitely after an appeals court ruled to extend the stay on a decision that threw out the state's ban.
State Attorney General Bill Schuette, who had been pushing hard for the stay, was in West Michigan today announcing his re-election campaign. 24 Hour News 8's Tom Hillen spoke to the Attorney General moments after the appeals court ruling came down. He's here with what's next.
Well, Brian and Marley, even after that court's ruling today, same-sex marriage in our state remains a hot-button issue. Today, Michigan's Attorney General Bill Schuette was handed a victory when the court extended the stay it issued on Saturday for the duration of the appeal.
I thought that would happen, and if you look across the country, that's what has occurred in state after state after state.
It wasn't just Michigan's Attorney General Bill Schuette taking to the pulpit today after a weekend of back and forth in our state when it comes to same-sex marriage.
Michigan citizens are done with the Attorney General's fight against progress.
The late afternoon decision today by the 6th Circuit Court of Appeals means no more same-sex marriages will be performed in our state, while it takes a longer look at the judge's decision, which overturned the voter-approved ban on same-sex marriages back in 2004. The appeals process is likely to run into the summer.
I came to the conclusion that my duty, the oath I took, was to defend the Constitution of the state of Michigan, and that's what I did.
While Schuette argues that it's his job to defend the Michigan Constitution, supporters of same-sex marriage argue that he should be upholding the United States Constitution and the 14th Amendment.
The Attorney General took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and that Constitution includes the 14th Amendment, which says that these citizens are guaranteed the equal protection of the laws.
We also heard from Governor Snyder today, who, like Schuette in this election year, set out today to talk about other topics. But the issue of same-sex marriage is what dominated the conversation.
My focus is on properly implementing what the law is.
Schuette said that he is urging the United States Supreme Court to actually make a sweeping ruling on this issue, and he says the sooner that they are able to do that, the better it will be for all the states that are going through this fight right now.
So, Tom, what is the timeline of this thing right now?
Well, the Attorney General has until May 7th to actually file his appeal, and then the plaintiffs have until June 9th to respond to that. The AG's office can then respond once again. Ultimately, the court will ask if anybody wants to make an oral argument. They can both say no, and then the courts would then go off of the filed rulings or filed paperwork that both sides have submitted. So we're looking at a pretty lengthy process here. And in the meantime, most of the legal experts that we've spoken with believe that ultimately this will end up in front of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will make a ruling, and that'll be sweeping. And there are other states right now that are ahead of us in this appeal process that could make it there first.
Definitely keeping an eye on this one.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Tom.
And so far, this fight is far from over, and it keeps developing. We'll keep tracking it and passing along any new developments.